donating $100 million to charity, owning an NBA franchise, leaving basketball at the prime of his career. Buckle up, because today we brought you some of the craziest facts about Michael Jordan. As perfect and immaculate as Michael Jordan looked on the court, his life off the court wasn't a bed of roses. He had fame and success, and the league revolved around him. And he had to become the face of American basketball. But in 1993, it all came to a halt when he lost someone extremely important to him. One of the closest people in his life, his beloved father, to a homicide. Michael Jordan's father was murdered by two teenagers while they were trying to mug him. The news, of course, broke MJ. Losing a loved one is always hard, but to lose someone to such senseless violence just makes no sense. This, of course, was a big impact on MJ's career and life. In the same year his father died, MJ decided to leave basketball for good. He started playing baseball, paying tribute to his late father, because Jordan Sr. had always loved baseball. The decision to leave the NBA was tough for MJ, especially considering the fact that he had won the championship for the Bulls in the same year. But nonetheless, MJ left basketball. I mean, just think for a moment. The NBA without Michael Jordan? Couldn't even imagine it. America's favorite athlete bidding farewell to the NBA was heartbreaking. MJ was supposed to continue making history, but after a long 2 years, he shocked the world with 2 words: "I'm back." This return was one of the most awaited comebacks in sports history. And after his return, MJ went on to become the most decorated player in NBA history, winning 6 NBA championships, 14 All-Star nominations, and 11 MVP awards, 6 of which came during the playoffs. MJ was good. He was a basketball god for sure. I mean, what else would justify his GOATness than this simple question? MJ never lost an NBA final, except for one. He appeared in 7 of them and annihilated the opposition nearly every time. Wow! God sent down MJ for one purpose, and that was winning. He's the best number 23 the game has ever seen. I mean, not to compare LeBron to MJ, but they are 2 totally different players. But this man, Michael Jordan, he was just built different. But let's get into number 11, because there was one time when Jordan didn't wear the number 23. Oh my gosh. As unreal as it sounds, it did happen. Jordan's favorite number was 23. He was number 23 in high school and college, as well for his career with the Bulls. But on Valentine's Day in 1990, a damn thief stole his jersey from the locker room before the game. MJ had tried on a fan's replica jersey, but it was too small. The equipment manager had found an extra jersey with the number 12 and no name on it. So Michael ended up wearing number 12 for the night, and the man still scored 49 points. Damn! This night reminds me of his flu game. A lion is a lion no matter how scared and worried he is. It all took place the night before the 1997 NBA Championship Finals. Some Jazz fans wanted him out of the game because this was the only way Utah was winning. You know MJ in the finals is no joke. The man is like unstoppable. But this time, he ate a pizza that was allegedly poisoned. Soon, he was down and out. He was burning up with a fever, and the flu had taken him down. There was no way he was getting into the arena for Game 5. But man, we aren't speaking of an ordinary basketball player. We're speaking of Michael Jordan. Everybody knows the name. Despite MJ's sickness worsening during the game, he didn't back out. And history stood witness when Michael Jordan got his team the victory, scoring 38 points that night. Well, guys, I have a question for you. If MJ were not an athlete, what would he be? For me, he'd be an actor. Because in 1996, Michael Jordan was featured in an animated movie. This might seem ridiculous, but he was part of this animated movie called Space Jam. It was a super hit, of course, because you know, it had Michael Jordan in it, and everything this guy touches turns to gold. The movie was special because it also had some other NBA superstars, such as Larry Bird, Larry Johnson, and Charles Barkley, among others. Man, If you was a millennial, you definitely remember this for sure. This movie has to be on your watch list if you haven't watched it yet. But there is one thing you should watch out for: a strain of salmonella. What? Yes, a strain of bacterium salmonella is named after Michael Jordan. This is so wrong. You can't bear anything that has Michael Jordan in it, so it's better to not get infected with this strain. Damn, how did this happen? In 1993, Dr. Stanford Shulman was presented with the patient that was discovered to have salmonella. After some testing and a checkup with the Atlanta Center of Disease Control, Shulman found that the strain of salmonella was previously undiscovered. Shulman named the strain Salmonella Jordan. You gotta be kidding me. This man was definitely obsessed with Jordan. Who does this? And Jordan fame has no limits. To be more accurate, I am speaking of his fandom in North Korea. The North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il was one of the biggest MJ fans. A basketball signed by MJ sits in North Korea's Museum of International Understanding, alongside a crocodile handbag from Fidel Castro, a rifle from Vladimir Putin, and various other gifts from world leaders. Insane. MJ was even invited to North Korea, although he never went there. But still, much respect. And over his prolific career, MJ has not only earned respect and fame, but also crazy sums of money. He broke records and shocked the world when he became the first ever NBA player to become a billionaire. There have been players like Michael Johnson, Larry Bird, Abdul-Jabbar, and a couple others, but none of them touched the same heights as MJ. Speaking of wealth, MJ is living a dream. Bro started as a player, and today, he owns a majority stake in an NBA franchise. Straight GOAT moves right there. MJ is the owner of the Charlotte Hornets, although the team has struggled to make an impact in the league so far. It sure as hell has made crazy sums of money. MJ acquired it for $180 million, and today is worth over $1.7 billion. My goodness. If bro keeps getting rich at this pace, he'll be competing with Elon Musk in no time, believe me. But bro does not keep his wealth for himself. In 2001, he gave away all his salary to the 9/11 victims. He had made nearly $90 million in contracts from playing basketball alone. Not to mention the millions more from endorsements with everything from Nike to Wheaties. That's why Jordan made no hesitation to donate his entire 2001 to 2002 paycheck, which totaled up to $1 million to various charities working to help out after the September 11th terrorist attacks. Over the years, Mike has spent with an open heart. And you won't believe me, but in 2020 alone, Dog donated $100 million to support social justice, economic justice, and education awareness. I mean, you just have to respect that. But not everything about MJ is perfect. The Bulls legend has hydrophobia. But this all goes back to his childhood. A tragic incident led to a lifetime phobia of water. He witnessed a good friend get sucked into the ocean's undertow and drowned. Then, when he was 11, he himself almost drowned while at a baseball camp. To this day, he is not comfortable on boats and around large bodies of water. But on a side note, he owns a $90 million yacht. That's just hilarious. Jordan had an addiction. This all started in 1991, and since then, it has been pretty bad. He became a daily smoker by 1993, at the height of his pre-baseball career. It was to the point that Jordan would ease the stress of his hour-long drives to the stadium before games by smoking a cigar on his way to work. But if you're as rich as Jordan, you can pull off anything. So while Michael Jordan loves his cigars, he doesn't want his cigar lounge to smell too smoky. As a result, he has a state-of-the-art filtration system installed to prevent the room from ever smelling like stale smoke. Talk about putting your money to good use. Well, his most prized possession is his custom-made table with 32,292 holes punched into it. While that number may seem strange, it's the exact number of points that MJ scored throughout his remarkable career. According to reports, he admires the piece so much that he displays it at his home. Well, that's it for today's video, y'all. Hope you guys loved it. But hey, before y'all go, don't forget to dunk on that subscribe button for me. And until next time, peace.